Now, it won't be long today until the entertainer turned civil rights activist and World War II hero Josephine Baker makes history, becoming the first black woman to enter the Pantheon, France's most hallowed resting place. There she'll lie alongside the good and the great of French history, the likes of Voltaire and Victor Hugo. Now, covering all of this today from central Paris, outside the Pantheon, is our reporter Florence Villeminot. We can speak to her right now. Flo, this ceremony is going to get underway relatively shortly. Tell us a bit about what the atmosphere is like.
Well, the atmosphere is very musical, Nadia, as you can imagine. They're playing a lot of the greatest hits from Josephine Baker's incredible music career. You might be able to hear some of the music right behind me. A lot of people have lined up along the red carpet that is leading to the Pantheon, where that ceremony is just about to get underway. It's suspected to last about an hour and a half. The president, of course, Emmanuel Macron, is going to be there, as is the government, former presidents Nicolas Sarkozy and François Hollande. It's a very symbolic ceremony, it must be said, because Josephine Baker's remains are going to stay in Monaco, where she was buried in 1975 on request of her family. So what's going to come up the red carpet here and enter the Pantheon is what's called a cenotaph. So that's an empty coffin, a symbolic coffin for Josephine Baker, but it's going to be full of samples of earth taken from various areas that counted for her during her lifetime. For instance, St. Louis in the United States, where she came from. Paris, of course, where she became a superstar, as well as the Château de Milande, that's in southwestern France, in Dordogne, a castle where she raised 12 adopted kids that came from around the world, what she called her rainbow tribe, and then finally from Monaco, where she was buried in 1975. During the ceremony, some of her family members are going to read some texts, and then the president, Emmanuel Macron, is going to deliver a speech in her honor. There will be, of course, a lot of music to go through her incredible career. There will also be a heavy military presence because she participated in fighting alongside France during the Second World War. She joined the Air Force, and she was also part of the French Resistance. She was a spy during the French Resistance, so there will be some tributes for her action during the Second World War. There's going to be a light show that's going to be projected onto the facade of the Pantheon, marking all the incredible parts of her life, as well as her when she participated in the civil rights movement in the United States. So all sorts of ways to pay tribute to this incredible woman who had such an incredible life, or I should say several incredible lives, and is finally getting this grand honor here at the Pantheon in Paris.
And Flo, it is the president who ultimately decides who is laid to rest in the Pantheon. Why did Emmanuel Macron pick Josephine Baker?
Well, some are saying that it's somewhat of a disruptive choice to put this American-born entertainer here at the Pantheon. When you think about the people who have been in the Pantheon before, you think about Enlightenment philosophers, Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the groundbreaking authors Émile Zola, Albert Camus. The list is long. A lot of men, it must be said. The vast majority of the 81 people who are in the Pantheon are men, but here we go. That's a woman, the sixth woman, and a woman of color. Very symbolic move to put Josephine Baker here in the Pantheon, a move that is very well deserved, according to the president and many French people as well.
Florence Villeminot, thanks very much. We'll let you get back to the music there just outside the Pantheon. We'll be talking to Flo throughout the day as we keep an eye on that special ceremony there in central Paris.